this chapter, we will be delving into the world of email lists. An email list can be one of the most useful things that an internet marketer ever builds. Because if you build the right list and have the right products, you can use that list repeatedly to make sales. But most people are a little intimidated by building an email list, both by the technical process of doing so and by the prospect of asking people to provide their email. That is why this chapter is going to explain the entire process from beginning to end so that you can feel more comfortable with it. Let us start by defining what an email list is. An email list is simply a database of email addresses that you build specifically for marketing purposes. You see, you cannot just send unsolicited emails to anyone. That is called spam, and not only is it the absolute height of bad business etiquette, it is also illegal in many parts of the world. To send someone an email, they must have consented. So, when you build an email list, you must get consent beforehand so that you will not get into trouble for sending people emails they did not ask for. Why is an email list so important? There are several reasons, but the primary one is because they work. If you send someone an email, it has a greater chance of being read than your latest blog posts, social media posts, or anything else you might use to communicate with a customer. In fact, it might have a better chance of being read than an actual letter delivered by the postal service these days. Basically, when someone allows you to put their email address onto your list, there is a great deal of trust there. People regard their emails as sacred. After all, you can just unfollow someone on social media if you do not like what they are saying. Emails are different, and you should be aware of that responsibility if you are building a list. Not only will the email be more apt to be read, those on your list are also more likely to be buyers. Let us discuss the basics of building an email list. How do you go about building an email list? There are several different facets of this tactic that you need to understand before you begin. We will be going over each of them in some detail. Let us start with your website. Your website is one of the most important elements of building an email list, although it does not actually have to be fancy. We are just talking about the landing page here. When someone gets to your landing page and you are trying to get an email address from them, you do not need to bombard them with too much information. In fact, in most cases, the less information the better. All you really need on a landing page is a form to collect email addresses and a reason for someone to give you theirs. We will discuss promotion a little later in the chapter. The second thing that will make a difference is what kind of funnel you have set up. A sales funnel, or in the case of an email, an opt-in funnel. This is a series of pages that are all geared with making sure that the customer accomplished the end goal. In this case, it is all about getting that email address to add to your list. You need to set up a funnel to ensure that they do not leave without accomplishing that goal. That might require that you send them to a second page to offer them something better if they start to bounce from the page. Or whatever creative way that you can come up with to get them to give their email to you. An email verification is a big part of the process. You need to ensure that the email addresses that you are getting are valid. But that is only one of the reasons why the verification process exists. When someone enters their email, you want direct confirmation from their email that they have given you permission to send them marketing emails. Of course, you certainly do not want to word your welcome email that way. But you do want to get them to click the verification link before you send them the free ebook or whatever promotion you are offering. Autoresponders are the main tool of the email list building toolkit. You want to send an instant response when someone signs up for your email list. And you want to immediately deliver to them that free thing that you offered to get them to sign up. You also want to be able to send out regular emails on a schedule, and an autoresponder can help with that. Generally, if you sign up for a web hosting package, some kind of autoresponder will be included in your cPanel tools, and these can be quite useful. There are also several premium services out there that help you collect email addresses and build a mail list. If you have a WordPress website, there are several plugins that will help with this task. There is also a very popular email list service called MailChimp that is used by many major companies and lots of successful internet marketers. These email list services often charge a nominal fee, so you will have to decide if it is worth for the features that you get with the service. Next, we will discuss promoting your email list. There are several ways that you get people to give their email to you. The ones that we will enumerate here are kind of the standards in the industry. But you are more than welcome to come up with some of your own out-of-the-box approaches to getting people to sign up. The first thing that we will discuss is social media posts. Facebook and Twitter can both be great tools when it comes to building an email list. But you must approach both of these methods in the right way. For example, you need to have a history of providing valuable or entertaining content to your social media subscribers before you can start asking them for their email. People can smell an account set up solely for marketing a mile away. You need to make sure that you develop a relationship first. Because remember, giving someone your email is only done after some trust has been established. Giveaways is probably the most common way of getting someone to sign up for an email list. There are many different things that you could give away, but whatever it is, you must market it as something really valuable. As a note, you should also follow through with that value promise, or they are going to unsubscribe from your email list in a hurry. You can give away things like checklist, reports, ebooks, video presentations, audio podcast, memberships to a restricted part of a website, or many other things. Whatever you can create that your visitors will want is something you can use to build your email list. Do not forget about the traditional methods when it comes to building your email list. Lots of people still use business cards. And if you interact on a person-to-person basis with people often, you may want to put a link on your business card and some kind of offer that will entice them to visit the link. From there, you can funnel them through to your squeeze page and convince them to give you their email address. If you are solely an internet marketer with very little personal interaction, then this strategy may not work all the time, but you should still consider it at events and the like. Signatures and descriptions are another great method for getting email addresses. The descriptions are usually something like what you would find on a social media site. Nearly every social media site has a place for your About Me description, and most of them allow you to place a link. This link can go directly to an opt-in page that will collect email addresses. You do not even need to mention the link or description. It should just be there in case someone wants to find out more about you. Forum signatures can also be terrific sources of email addresses. Whenever you make a forum post, your forum signature may contain a link to your squeeze page. And so even posts that you made weeks or months ago could bring you traffic. We are also going to discuss blogging because it can be an amazing source of email addresses. This is another area where WordPress can be a huge help. If you can put an opt-in form on your WordPress sidebar, then every time someone finds one of your blogs online, through various long-tail keywords, they will have the opportunity to enter their email and get whatever free thing that you are offering them. Blogging can bring in lots of traffic to your website, convince people that you have expertise in the industry, and then give you the chance to get an email, all with a single blog post. Events can be a terrific way to network and sign up for things. In fact, if you have a major giveaway at an event, you can just set up a physical entry box that will allow you to collect email addresses. The main problem with this method is that by the time that you have entered the email addresses into your list software and sent out the welcome email, they might have forgotten that they signed up. However, you can remind them in the email what the prize was, and make it sound as if you were taking them to the next step in the content by confirming their email address. The third thing that you can use to get an email list is a contest. This is different than a giveaway. A giveaway is when you give each person that signs up something for free, like an ebook. In a contest, you usually only have one prize, or perhaps as many as 3. There could be gift cards, they could be electronics, they can be personal mentoring services, or whatever the people coming to your squeeze page will find valuable. You do want to make sure that the prize is something related to your products and services. Otherwise, you are going to have a lot of people subscribing to win a free iPad, and then unsubscribing as soon as they know that they did not win. Direct mail marketing is not out of the question either. The problem with this method is that it can get costly, depending upon how you approach it. One method to reach potentially hundreds of thousands of homes is to place an advertisement in a big city local newspaper. That way, you get sent to all those houses for a fraction of what it would cost to actually do a direct mail campaign. Here is our conclusion. The bottom line is that building a list of buyers is not that difficult. If you can get people that are actually interested in the products and services that you offer, and have a little bit of trust in your brand, it should not be too difficult to get them to sign up for your email list. Once they are on it, you can carefully groom them until they are ready to become customers. And the nice thing is, those same people may buy over and over again if you provide them with a solution each and every time. That ends Chapter 8, The Art of Building a List of Buyers.